Hello and welcome back to my channel. You know, I'm your boy Tony. I'm here again with another video. Alright, so in today's video, I'll be talking about my thoughts on detransitioning. The reason why I decided to do a video on this is because a lot of persons, since coming out as transgender and since starting my medical journey, a lot of persons have a lot to say about me transitioning and saying that I'm going to regret transitioning because a lot of persons regret it, and they have videos and they have direct me to persons to watch person video listening to their story and the reason why they did transition and saying that I'm going to regret it. And when persons come at me with that, I normally just smile because I know a lot of persons have detransition, but persons detransition for many reasons. And it can be where it's just a medical reason why they detransition. Maybe transitioning um, is not the right thing for them because of medical reasons, so they decide to detransition. Persons can detransition because the reason why that they decide to transition wasn't the right reason, and so they decided, okay, after many years of testosterone, many years of estrogen, they decide that yeah, I made the wrong decision and I should detransition. And after watching a lot of videos about persons who have detransitioned, I've realized that majority of the time is because they transitioned in the first place because of childhood trauma. They went through a lot of childhood trauma, and they thought that transitioning would have eased the pain for them, and it was an internalized battle that they had, and they just thought that transitioning was the right reason. But transitioning because of trauma is not a good reason to transition. And if you transition for that reason, it's more than likely you're going to regret it. That's my thoughts. And for me personally, when I came out as lesbian back then, persons would say to me, okay, I must I must have been raped because I hate man and blah blah blah. And the thing is, I don't hate men. And having persons saying that to me and realizing that persons who, because you have persons who came out as lesbian and then after that they realized that they okay, after coming out of lesbian and they decided they don't want to be lesbians anymore. They said okay, because I was raped and I hate man and blah blah blah, man hurt me this. I mean being a lesbian because of that is a no-no, because you're going to get hurt either way. All right, enough of that. So I just went ahead to say that is because persons used to say that because of that. Now coming out as transgender, persons saying I'm confused and this and that and I'm going to regret it and blah blah blah. Now before I decided to transition, I did a lot of thinking. I did a lot of internalized thinking. I tried to evaluate my decision. Is this the right decision for me? And a lot of persons don't do that. They just jump into transitioning and then later down the road they decide that this wasn't the right thing for them. And that's why I've always said this. Like persons who know me and I have talked about my transition. I have three trans men who want to transition. Three of my friends that want to transition. And if you would ask them, they can tell you that I've always said to them, you need to think about this. Is this something that you really want to do? Because transitioning is not something to play around with. I mean, if you should do research on transitioning, and you would read or you would hear that the doctors would say that transitioning, like taking testosterone, is they expect you to take it for life. Because if you want to keep the changes, you have to take it for life. But then what if you just decide to stop all of a sudden? I mean, your body gets so used to this substance, then you stopping can do a lot of harmful things to your body. So detransition can be very harmful. That's number one. So that's one of the reasons why if you're going to transition, you need to think about that. What if you transitioned, you started testosterone, you did top surgery, you did bottom surgery. I mean, top surgery and bottom surgery is like two of the major things. So what if you transition and you did top surgery, did bottom surgery, and then after I realized, oh shit, I shouldn't have done this. You're going to regret it. And then if you're going to reverse it, you're going to have to do another surgery. You're going to have to bring your body to another type of thing. You understand? So basically what I'm saying is that detransitioning persons who have detransition, it's a part of the because everybody journey is different, you know. So I've watched persons who detransition and they say that this is just a part of their journey, and that's right. Everybody journey is different, but sometimes you can limit all the things that happen in your journey if you just think about it. You understand? So I've urged persons, please, if you're going to transition, please transition for the right reason. If you have even a tiny bit that I want to transition because of childhood trauma or because of something I don't like this or whatever, but you don't think you should transition your transition, you want to transition for the right reason, think about it. Even if you are 100%, you think you're 100% sure you want to transition, because I've watched a video about someone who transitioned and he said that, or let's not say he because no, she said that um 5 years ago she thought that this was the right thing for her, and then after that, after realizing that she wasn't happy, what she was doing, she thought what she was doing was going to make her happy, and doing it did not make her happy. You understand? So 5 years 5 years ago, she thought that this was the right thing to do. She was 100% sure, and then no, later down the line, she realized that it wasn't the right decision. So even if you're 100% sure, evaluate yourself, evaluate it, evaluate the thought that you have. For me, I've always felt like I was a boy from I was a younger age. Going through childhood trauma has nothing to do with my decision to be trans. And let's not say my decision to be, because I've always been trans. It childhood trauma has nothing to do with my decision in embracing who I am, in trying to be the best version of myself. It's trying to get my mind in a mental state that I can say I'm proud to have it in. You understand? Because transitioning, both socially transitioning and medically transitioning, has been a lifesaver for me. For me, it has been a lifesaver for me. And I can say that since I've transitioned, since I've started my transition, I'm the happiest I've ever been. You understand? So I can honestly say that transitioning has saved my life. But what about persons who thought that transition was the right thing to do, and then after starting transitioning, they realized that okay, this wasn't the right thing, and then some persons might not regret it. They might just say okay, they might just accept that this is a part of my journey, and I did this, and okay, I did this. This is okay. Let me just move forward. What about persons who transition, regret transitioning, and then go in a very deep state of depression because of transitioning for the wrong reasons? So everybody listening to this. If you think you're trans and you want to transition, please think about it. Please think, think. Do some deep evaluation of this. Is this something that I really need to do? Is it something that's going to improve my life? Is it something that I can honestly say that it would be the best decision that I've ever made? Think about it. Understand? Just think about it. Alright, so that's it, people. Again, if you have anything to say, you can just leave a comment below. And don't forget to like, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, share this video, share it. Get this word out, because persons really need to think about transitioning, because a lot of persons, and the thing that trans awareness is getting very high. And because of that, I am sure you're going to have a lot of detransitioners in the future. And I want to see if I can limit the number of detransitioning. If I can say to persons, please think about it before you transition. If you, all right, I would say you can try socially transitioning first. Because again, nothing's wrong with changing your mind. A lot of persons start transitioning and start social transitioning and they come out as trans man, and then after later they realize that okay, I'm non-binary. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. That's why you need to really think about it before you actually start something. Because what if after coming out as non-binary you started testosterone and some of the changes that are happening, you didn't really want that and you regret it afterwards. So I mean, before you, it goes right back. Before you decide to transition, think about it. Not just say transition. Before you decide to medically transition, do anything of thing to your body, think about it. Please, please think about it. Please. Alright, again, people, until next time, peace out.